Hello everybody, this is Draco here, and we are here at Daytona for the first race of the playoffs in the Dinaco Cup Series Season 2. My camera for some reason shut off at exactly 5 minutes last time, so I don't know what happened, but yeah, this is not the first time that I'm recording this race. I actually made it a few rounds in, and the camera just shut off. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it was very stupid, and I didn't really like it, so hopefully it doesn't shut off this time. My phone's been doing weird stuff all day. Like, first for some reason, YouTube showed all of the categories on there, except for the library category, where all my saved playlists were. Like, it's so weird. So anyway, without further ado, let's get this race started. Hopefully the camera doesn't shut off again. Like, for some reason it just shut off for no reason. So anyway, here is the cars. The 21 of Matt Benedetto is row 1. Then we have the 8 of Tyler Reddick next to him. The 42 of Ross Chastain next to him. And Sebastian Giglio in the 05 starts in row 4. And the caution has come out already. Too many cars flipped over. Looks like the 05 and the 42 tied to the line. So, let's try this again. Maybe if the camera doesn't shut off this time, like it did last time. I don't know, the box behind it is in a different position, so it may have hit the play button or the stop button. And once again, the 8 did not make it past. This happened in the first take I took of this race as well. So here is the last race of this flag. It's going to be the 42 and the 8 advancing into the next round. So Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain will advance. The other ones will not make it in. So anyway, next we have the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, the 17, Chris Buescher, the 22 of Joey Logano, and the 0 of J.J. Yaley. As we're going to come to the green flag again, and the 2 playoff drivers will advance, the 22 and the 48, while Buescher and Yaley will not advance. See, I'm so worried that's just going to stop at 5 minutes now. We're only 3 minutes in, so hopefully in 2 minutes I don't just hear it stop. Okay. Next we have the 25 of Owen Miles, the 34 of Michael McDowell, the 43 of Bubba Wallace, and the 95 of Lightning McQueen. And the 34 didn't make it past, so we're going to go under caution. So we're going to reset them. Again. It's going to be Owen Miles and Michael McDowell making it to the next round. Well, the 95 and the 43 will not advance. So, yeah, there's just a random reminder on my phone to start recording this race, which I'm already doing. So next we have the 16 of Ryan Reed, another chaser, Christopher Bell, the 60 of Chase Briscoe, and the 41 of Cole Custer. And the camera just got hit by Chase Briscoe. So, yeah, it's going to be Briscoe and Custer moving on. The first playoff driver not to make it to the next round is Christopher Bell. So put those down before I forget, or because I would look like an idiot. Okay, we're going to pause for a few seconds because it's almost at 5 minutes, and I want to see if it freezes and closes out the app again. I mean, this is literally just the camera, so there's no reason it should. And I think we're good. So we're just going to keep the race going. So next we have the 9 of Chase Elliott, the 98 of Spencer Gallagher, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., and another chaser, Eric Almirola. It's going to be Martin Truex Jr. and Chase Elliott moving on, as Almirola becomes another chaser to get knocked out, along with Spencer Gallagher, who never made the chase to begin with. That's enough. Okay. Next we have the 72 of AJ Allmendinger, the 2 of Brad Keselowski, the 88 of Alex Bowman, and the 73 of Danny Swords. It's going to be Bowman and Allmendinger moving on. The Daytona 500 winner will not advance. And by the way, to everybody watching, I'm not talking about the actual Daytona 500. I'm talking about the Dinaco Cup Series version. So next we have the 1 of Kurt Busch, the 12 of Ryan Blaney, then a couple of chasers, Austin Dillon in the 3, and Clint Boyer. Austin Dillon almost is in the 4th lane, so I'm going to move him. Green. It's going to be Boyer and I believe Kurt Busch. So Dillon, 2nd in points, will not advance. See, my arm keeps getting in the way because of the camera position, if you're wondering what that is. Next we have the 6 of Ryan Newman, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, the 40 of Rory Miles, and the 35 of Joey Miles. It's going to be the 40 and the 35 that will advance. The 11 and the 6 will not advance because the 6 fell off and the 11 flipped over. Next we have the 36 of Norm Benning making his first start in this series. And next to a chaser, William Byron. Then we have Spire teammates Cole Witt and Reed Sorensen. It's going to be Byron and Sorensen advancing. So another chaser advances. And that means Witt and Benning are out. Next we have the 97 of Ty Dillon, the 4 of Kevin Harvick, the 99 of Scott Lagasse Jr., and the 39 of Buck Bearingley. It's going to be Ty Dillon and Scott Lagasse Jr. moving on. Still worried that that thing's going to crash and it's going to stop the video at some point. This race might be a 2-part video. Depends. But we're at the end of round 1, so yeah. John Hunter Nemechek in the new 38 for Front Row Motorsports. That will be racing full-time next year. And the 86 of Chick Hicks and the final chaser of Eric Jones. And as expected, Chick Hicks didn't even make it past the starting line, so he's going to move to one of the outside lanes. It's going to be Eric Jones and Chick Hicks advancing. This round 1 is over. So John Hunter didn't make it very far after that. So here we go. We're going to start the next round. First will be the 8 of Tyler Reddick, then the 60 of Chase Briscoe, then the 20 of Eric Jones, and the 24 of William Byron. 3 chasers in this round. And the caution has come out. The 8 didn't make it past the line, so we're going to have to try that again. So here we go. And it's going to be Jones and Byron. One of those chasers in that race was going to be knocked out, and unfortunately it was Reddick. So yeah. Next we have the 86 of Chick Hicks, the 22 of Joey Logano, the 1 of Kurt Busch, and the 25 of Owen Miles. It's going to be the 22 and the 1 moving on. is the 25. Will not advance. Here's the next group, the 9 of Chase Elliott, 48 of Jimmy Johnson, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., and the 35 of Joey Miles. Green flag. Oh, it's going to be the Hendrick teammates, Johnson and Elliott, moving on. Could we have all 4 Hendrick cars make it to the final round in this race? Let's see about that. We have the 34 of Michael McDowell, the 14 of Clint Boyer, a chaser, then Alex Bowman, last year's champion, who didn't make the playoffs somehow, and the 41 of Cole Custer. And this time it'll be the Stewart Haas teammates, the 41 and the 14, moving on. I mean, both of them are newly updated Mustangs, so wasn't that surprising. So yeah, I clinched Harvick again. Not Harvick, Hendrick. So next we have the 77 of Reed Sorensen, the 72 of AJ Allmendinger, the 97 of Ty Dillon, and the 40 of Rory Miles. So here we go. And Ty Dillon had some sort of tire issue there. Still rolling. So, yeah. We're going to have to reset those. Green flag. And Sorensen and Allmendinger will advance. Rory Miles was close, but didn't make it. Sorensen doing pretty well in this race. In that number 77 machine. And here are the last 2 cars. These guys both drove the 99 at some point this season. Scott Legacy Jr., the current driver of the 99, and the 42 of Ross Chastain. And it'll be Chastain moving on by a lot. Chastain has never won in the Dinaco Cup Series, looking for his first career win. But he'll have to get past a bunch of other guys, including AJ Allmendinger, who has done really good in these past few races, and the 1 of Kevin Harvick. 77 of Reed Sorensen isn't even full-time, and then we have Eric Jones. Oh, and the 20 didn't land it, so it's going to go to the 1 with AJ Allmendinger